in the war against major crime. There's a new team of officers out on patrol.
He's out.
Stay there! After with a taser!
Handpicked, their task to tackle the most hardened criminals.
Get on the floor, now!
Meet the Sentinels.
I want to catch bad guys. I want to get in people's faces.
Accept nothing, believe no one, and challenge everything.
The latest police tactics revealed for the first time. They drive the fastest police cars on the road.
We are left. Risk is high.
It's crashed.
Decamp.
They use targeted live criminal intelligence.
It's a black Bentley Continental.
With the help of an all-seeing matrix of cameras.
It should be hitting them within the next 60 seconds.
Open the window! Oh, you're going to smash! Open the window!
The result? Criminals face overwhelming force.
We're going to make life as difficult for them as we absolutely can, again and again and again.
The most wanted hunted down.
Yeah, whoever it was, he floored it.
In a deadly game of cat and mouse.
Be advised he's violent.
Don't stop.
Listen, I don't give a He's got warning signals for weapons.
This vehicle is possibly involved in human trafficking.
Open the door!
These are the Sentinels.
This is where the excitement really starts to build up.
And this is Fast Justice. Coming up,
Stay there.
the Sentinels give a suspect an early morning wake-up call.
Go!
Make a disturbing discovery.
There's a pair of scissors with what looks like blood on them and a blood-splattered hoodie on the rear seats.
And chase down a dodgy driver.
Have you seen it?
I think so.
Who refuses to come quietly.
Step out the vehicle, sir.
Pull me there.
Don't swear.
The Sentinels are a team of specially trained police officers. The elite units exist to hunt down and capture Suffolk's most serious criminals. This morning, in a departure from their usual vehicle-based duties, the South team will be conducting a drugs bust with a sister unit called the Scorpions.
So today, something different. We're assisting Scorpion team with a drugs warrant. We have been there before. There's information that in the last few months there has been drug dealing, cannabis and cocaine at that address. Dan and Sam, there's not going to be any door knocking today. You're going to be putting the door in as soon as we get there, followed by me, Soph and Sam into the address. Hands-on, dynamic entry, handcuffs on straight away, and we'll see what we find when we get there.
The Sentinels will be accompanied by plainclothes Scorpion officers who specialise in organised criminal groups. During the raid, Sergeant Mike Moon will direct his officers from control.
The information we have is that drug supply is occurring from that address. It's linked to organised crime, mainly foreign nationals, it appears at this stage.
We searched one link to this address, and there was intelligence that the properties backed onto each other, and they were using the alleyway behind the address to get drugs from one to the other.
Man is marked with our left. Landmark.
Receive, we are now leaving.
They roll out.
Right, we'll see you there. Just follow us in convoy as close as you can.
It takes just 15 minutes to get to the suspect's address.
Pull up on here. Pull up there.
The team leave their high-spec but highly visible BMWs a couple of streets away.
Make approach.
There's definitely a level of kind of apprehension when you're going to do warrants. It's always in the back of your mind that it might be something that you're not quite expecting.
Stay there.
You just got to crack on and do your job.
Go! Please! Stay where you are! Please! Stay where you are! Please! Please! Stay where you are! Give me your hands now.
How many you got, Sam?
Just one.
Stay where you
Give me your
are.
hand. Just stay there.
Downstairs is clear. One up. One detained.
It's been a rude awakening for the prime suspect.
We've got a warrant to search this address under Section 23 of the Misuse Drugs Act, OK? Is there anything here in this address that there shouldn't be? No?
No.
What we're going to do, before we get more clothes on, we need to do a strip search of you, OK?
Before the thorough search of the property is even started, there's a find.
Just for info, in one of his jeans pockets, I can see there's like a wad of cash in an open pocket on the floor.
Rolls of cash already suggest drug dealing profits. The Sentinel's attention then turns to the suspect.
What I need you to do is remove your pants.
We have to conduct a strip search. He wasn't happy. End of the day, we're not happy. I don't want to be seeing that on a day-to-day basis.
With the strip search completed, Sam Chittock reports back to Sergeant Moon on control.
Mufti and Sam Maples have done the strip search, which is negative. Rest address is clear.
OK, mate, that's lovely. Thanks for the update.
All right,
Cheers, thanks, bye-bye. He's currently not in possession of any controlled drugs, but we'll go through the search process now.
This whole thing will be living room, then kitchen, bedroom 1, subject bedroom, bedroom 2 middle, bathroom back.
We'll search this house and make sure there's nothing here. If there is something here, we have to deal with it, don't we? So have you got any sniff here?
Nothing there.
He insists there's no sniff or cocaine. But the Sentinels know not to take anything at face value, and a detailed investigation of the property now begins.
Ready? Oh my God. Just like home, that.
When you come across these dealers, you may find them living in a squalid condition, but to them, they're there for a short period of time to do their business, they're selling their drugs, they're getting their cash. It's not a lifestyle I'd love to lead.
Sam, how you getting on?
Yeah, there's an old phone and some old digital scales in a box. Oh, and an old grinder.
So you got paraphernalia up there, yeah?
A possible burner phone and scales, both potential tools in the drug trade. Then, outside in the garden shed, Dan catches the scent of what they're really looking for.
It smells of cannabis in there.
Daniel.
Hey.
You haven't found anything, have you?
We have.
No, you haven't.
For once.
You have not. What have you found?
Cannabis, by the looks of it. It appears to be full of cannabis. It's in the shed. There's some smaller little bags in here as well, which have certainly got cannabis within. But we'll leave all that for CSI to deal with possible forensics that can link anybody to it.
The crime scene investigators will test the bag for any DNA linking the man in the house to the bag in the shed. For now, there's enough to make an arrest. One of the Scorpion officers does the honours.
At this moment in time, you've been arrested on suspicion of being concerned in the supply of cannabis. You do not have to say anything but it may harm your defence. You do not mention when questioned something which later on in court, anything you do say may be given in evidence. You're also being further arrested on suspicion of money laundering, given that there is a significant amount of cash notes in a pair of jeans.
8-4 control.
Go ahead.
Just an update in the sheds at the rear of the property. There's been a bag located in there, a substantial amount of obviously cannabis, bags, paraphernalia, and a large amount of cash.
Good job, well done.
With the man on his way to custody, the team turned to an expert forensic officer to prove the suspect wasn't just involved in dealing drugs, but he was planning to sell them himself, a much more serious offence.
Well, there's some cannabis. Down here there's a little plastic bag with some cannabis stalks and remnants. There is also in the bag a blue face mask, which might be beneficial for us to have.
So I presume you want to link someone to the bag?
Yes, we would like to do that.
Okay.
The main one, I think, is the red iPhone, if we can get that one.
So that one?
Yeah, off the bed. And then just that one, yeah. That was located in the loft, so it's just been brought down in the bag.
The phone found in the attic, as well as another found on the bed, are also swabbed. A DNA link would be crucial evidence in proving they were being used to sell drugs.
Start the search in the front room, and I'm removing the sofa.
Just as they're about to wrap up, Sam Maples makes a last-minute discovery.
It's hard, Stannis.
Is it hard?
Yeah. It's not powder.
No, I'll leave it, bag it. It's, I suspect that to be Class A.
This is a serious find. dealing Class A can add years to a prison sentence.
Today we've executed this drugs warrant. The male subject has been arrested for being concerned in the supply of Class B drugs and also for money laundering.
We'll interview the chap, see if he knows anything about it, and in the long term, we'll find out what's going on.
It's been a good result. The intelligence was clearly correct that drug dealing is going on at this home address.
At the time of filming, the investigation was ongoing, but the raid took a significant amount of drugs off the streets and disrupted a suspected dealer's network. A good morning's work for the Sentinel and Scorpion teams. Late morning, a mid-shift in Ipswich for PC's Dan Newson and Sophie Mitchell, who are back on patrol.
Have you got a matching tattoo?
No, I've got 0 tattoos.
Oh, 0.
You've got a few, haven't you?
I have got a few.
Any matching?
We do have a matching
Go
tattoo.
on, tell us.
It's for another day, Daniel. Another day.
But a potentially embarrassing conversation is disrupted when a car of interest pings the in-car ANPR camera.
E10 manual.
It's been triggered by a Ford Focus which has markers connecting it to drugs.
We're just going to spin for that black Ford Focus that went past.
There's a couple up, we'll come with you.
Mufti and Woody are ready to assist.
Have you got a sighting of it?
Yes, just come back into view, Norwich Road.
Luckily for Sophie and Dan, the driver pulls over quickly. Sergeant Mike Moon in control runs the car's plates.
MOT is good. Insurance is held.
The car seems above board, but they need to find out more about its occupants.
Hello there, sir. How you doing? You all right? Do you mind just taking the keys out of the ignition for me? My colleague's just there. We'll take some details from you.
Have you got your licence on you?
I haven't.
There are 2 men in the car, and one of them immediately gets off on the wrong foot with Sophie.
Have you got any ID on you at all, sir?
Me?
Yeah.
What?
Well, I'm just asking who you are.
I know who I am.
You know who you are, but I've never met you before, have I?
I've never met you before.
No. Okay. Have you...
I know who I am, don't
Okay. Have you got any form of identification on you at all? Just so we can find out who you are?
But issues from the front seat have to wait when Sophie notices something alarming on the back seat.
How many people are in here? There's a pair of scissors with what looks like blood on them and a blood-splattered hoodie on the rear seats.
Pair of scissors and blood on the rear seat. Receive that.
You know, it's really odd. There's a jumper in the back seat that's got blood on it. He's, you know, quite pale and sweating a little bit, and he's got blood on him, and you're just thinking, what is going on here, you know? Just for info, scissors and blood-splattered hoodie on the rear seats. I thought he'd probably been involved in some sort of assault. Yeah, but it's just very odd, and, you know, you're just thinking, well, what's going on?
Mufti and Woody arrive on the scene as Sergeant Moon gets intel about the driver.
Warning, ailment, suicidal, self-harm.
So how have you caused this injury?
So I punched a fence.
You punched a fence, and you've also self-harmed yourself.
Self-harmed, I did.
I'm going to get a first aid kit.
Yeah, get a first aid kit, Woody.
As a police officer, we come across quite a lot of mental health issues. If someone is self-harming, we treat them accordingly. People do have these issues and they need to be addressed.
Put that round that, OK?
I've been very upset.
Yeah. What is it you're upset about?
It's been a partner's batch. Told me to be cheating on doing that.
Right, sorry to hear that.
And yeah, it's just done years ago, you know what I mean?
Trained first aider Woody needs to deal with the driver's injuries immediately.
Let's give that a little wipe.
Give that a clean up, mate. Give that a wipe up.
Although we're there to deal with crime as a foremost, we're also there to take care of people. As police officers, we've got a duty of care to make sure people are not harming themselves.
How are you feeling at the minute?
Very anxious, actually.
Do we need to have concerns of anybody else? Have you hurt anybody else?
I haven't hurt anybody.
You haven't hurt anybody?
Just your own finger.
Just yourself.
Dealing with vulnerable people is all part of the Sentinel's duties, and they're worried he could be a danger both to himself and others.
If you notice someone's got some form of mental health, you know, they can be quite unpredictable. and it's a difficult situation really to be in.
So as you can see, his scissors have got fresh blood on them, which are consistent with his self-harm wounds that are on his forearm.
You're going to try and approach it to try and calm that situation, get their respect and show that you respect them, build up that rapport with them.
Nevertheless, the man must still be detained.
If you just step out of the vehicle for us, you're not in any trouble. You just jump out of the vehicle for me. I'm just going to put some handcuffs on you, and then I'm going to explain to you why. Basically, you're going to be detained for a Section 1 search. We're looking for weapons, OK?
And then
any sharp objects or objects that could cause harm to people, just because of the fact that you've obviously got these injuries. There has been
some scissors seen in the car.
Having gained the man's trust, he's taken to the pavement to be searched.
Have you got anything in? Any other sharps in the car?
Literally, I found the scissors on my seat, and that was the first thing I picked up and slashed myself with.
The team's main concern is his mental well-being, and as they carry out their search, he seems to deteriorate suddenly.
You all right?
No, not really.
Thank you very much.
What's wrong?
I don't feel good.
Do you want us to get you an ambulance to check you over? Because you've obviously been losing blood, haven't you?
Just throw me in, serious.
As he's being searched, he's dropped to the floor. He's feeling faint and not feeling particularly well. Quite often you'll find that people will do things to try and prevent you finding stuff on them when you're searching them.
Is this reaction because you've got something on you don't want us to find?
No, not at all. I just...
We do want to make sure that you're not going to be a risk to yourself or others, and that's just why we're doing this search. Let's stand you up.
Stand you up, get this search done, and then, you know, hopefully if it's negative, you can be on your way for your breccia.
I'll just ask you again, have you got anything?
I haven't, I just...
Okay. All right, now you've had a few minutes, hopefully we can get this done.
He said he doesn't have anything on him, but Dan still has to search him.
Okay.
What's this?
That isn't mine.
Okay, that's fair enough. It's in your pocket. Woody, this chap's got this in his pocket. It's located in this fifth pocket.
In a dramatic turn of events, the discovery of what looks like crack cocaine leaves Woody with only one option.
I'm going to arrest you on suspicion of possession of Class A. You do not have to say anything may harm defence if you don't mention when questioned, something which later will on in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence.
Could the man have been using his emotional state to throw the Sentinels off the scent?
You know, the guy, when he was being searched, he was probably acutely aware that we were getting closer to his jean pocket where the drugs were, and he was trying to divert the attention away by, you know, having some sort of episode at the side of the road.
The man continues to plead his innocence, claiming the drugs came with the jeans.
No, my actual jeans, which have got loads of claret on, are these I grabbed from outside a charity shop because I needed something to put on because I was covered in claret.
The excuse this chap used was one that I'd not come across before.
He said he'd got blood all over his original jeans after he'd harmed himself, and he'd picked some new jeans from a charity shop.
The discovery of Class A drugs means the Sentinels have no choice but to take him into custody.
In custody, it seems a bit of a strange thing to say, but it's actually one of the safest places for him. He can speak with our professionals there around his mental health and any sort of drug or alcohol addictions he might have, and they can point him in the right direction and get him the necessary help if he wishes to do so.
The man later pleaded guilty to possession of Class A and was fined. Another morning shift, and while Sam Chittock takes the reins on control, Woody and George are patrolling the damp streets of Ipswich.
Just in time for the rain.
Lovely. Yes, Juliet at 310.
I think it's written in our operating procedures we don't stop cars when it's raining, do we?
They say a good policeman never gets wet.
Attention.
But they won't stay dry for long. Their onboard ANPR cameras flagged a suspect vehicle coming in the opposite direction.
Insurance not held, VEO expired.
That's all received. Should have that stopped shortly. It's going down there. Hello there.
Yeah.
The reason we stopped you is your vehicle's not showing as having any insurance.
How you sure?
Is this your car?
Yeah. I made yesterday.
You've made that yesterday. Who is that taken out with?
Ancora.
Arcara?
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with that one. Is that in the UK?
Yeah.
Okay. Right, what I have to do is I have to make a phone call and they'll be able to tell me if you have insurance or not.
George checks out the man's insurance while Woody speaks to his wife, but she's not up for a chat.
Whereabouts do you live? Your home address?
No,
You do speak English. Have you ever been in trouble with the police before?
Sorry, no.
Okay.
Have you got any ID at all? Thank you. He's produced a Romanian driver's licence along with his ID card.
P&C DL check shows record expired substantive.
Received.
Neither the man's Romanian or UK licences are valid, but that's not the only issue.
On your document trail, there's no trace of you talking to them about this.
I talked to this as well. I have license with me, yeah.
You can argue that at court. If you wish to contest it, you can go to court and you can stand up and tell them what you want.
On the streets of Ipswich, George and Woody are dealing with an uninsured driver from Romania. And Sam has found further intel on the man's driving licence.
He drove while disqualified. Appears he got an 18-month disqualification period from April 2018. He needs to basically retake his test by the looks of it.
Yeah, Steve, thanks. What's happening with your disqualification?
Same before, I have insurance. After 2 days, she canceled. I don't know what happened problem. You know, this time I go to court, I go everything. We are working for that. I don't have time to check all of this.
Okay, but you were disqualified, weren't you?
Yeah,
you got disqualified from driving.
Yes.
This gentleman, he had been disqualified previously. The disqualification had ended, but he'd never reapplied for his licence, so therefore he didn't have a licence at that time. He'd managed to take out insurance on the vehicle. However, that then becomes invalid because he doesn't have a driving licence to drive it.
George tries to explain why the man is breaking the law.
So you've been a disqualified driver in the UK. You have not then retaken your licence, so you've now, you're on an expired UK licence. So what we'll be doing today is we seize this car, we do you a ticket for driving otherwise in accordance with your licence and for driving with no insurance, okay?
But the driver insists his DVLA documents are in order.
On your document trail, there's no trace of you talking to them about this.
I talked to this as well. I have license with me, yeah.
You can argue that at court. If you wish to contest it, you can go to court and you can stand up and tell them what you want. But they have all the records.
I want to interpret because I don't understand what you say.
I'll get you an interpreter on the phone. But you can get out and you can come and join me. Would I like to say that he knew exactly what he was doing? Possibly. I mean, an insurance company is never going to insure someone who, one, doesn't have a valid driver's licence and two, has been disqualified twice before. So, yes, more than likely, he was deliberately not telling them the full story to try and get some insurance.
What, you pick my car now?
Yeah.
What?
Because you've been driving without a driver's licence.
Well, how would I manage?
No, you don't.
Oh my God.
You speak pretty good English again, my friend. Do I need an interpreter or not?
Yes, yes.
George isn't the only one phoning for assistance. The driver's wife makes a call to her sister for help.
Morning, you okay? Very well, thank you.
So what's happened here?
His driving licence is currently revoked. He has a revoked driving licence.
Why is that? What do you mean?
Initially, I thought that was great. I thought it was going to be much needed help. She was going to be able to interpret for us. But then she just wanted to interrogate me and ask me what was going on and wasn't really listening or interpreting for her sister.
The court is explaining. He's done everything what the court tell him.
Okay.
He doesn't do like his...
I wasn't at the court. I don't know what the court told him.
But you have to show him the system, sir.
The system shows that he has a revoked licence.
Back in the car.
I take you now, but any problem I give it to court.
Paperwork's processed.
I'll write a letter to you, okay?
And George can join Woody outside. where the sister-in-law switches tack and begins a charm offensive.
How are you? Okay?
I'm not bad, thank you. You having a nice day?
Yes, I wake up this morning. Look, I'm here.
Fantastic.
You do very hard job. I like your job.
In spite of the niceties, the car is seized, meaning a wasted journey for the sister-in-law and a journey home on foot for the driver and his wife.
Right, what is your email address?
45 miles from Ipswich, it's the Sentinel East team who rule the roads.
Send it to Smile and Mark because they were arguing about it, so...
Led by Sergeant Lee Simons, they're always vying for a better arrest rate than Sergeant Mike Moon's Southern team.
Don't remind Mooney at all of the fact that we've been 11 months hands down, but it's not about figures.
I need driven officers. I need people who are self-motivated. There's a healthy rivalry with the other team, and there's good banter, but I think that's important.
Today, PC's Chris Smye and Danny Morse are on patrol together in 9-2. When a red Mazda travelling in the opposite direction pings their in-car ANPR.
Control from 9-2, just hit a Midas.
Can't see which way it's gone.
And the hunt is on.
Not sure which way it's gone when it's got to Rotterdam roundabout, but we'll go straight on towards town. Have you seen it?
I think so.
A quick game of cat and mouse round the back streets of Lowestoft.
I think it might have gone south down Rotterdam, just trying to catch up to a vehicle in the distance.
And the red Mazda is soon in their sights.
Yeah, we believe we got it. Just stopping it now, Norwich Road.
In control, PC Andy Hodds is running the car's details through the police national computer.
You know, I've done a hash VI, that's not had insurance for most of this year.
Oh yeah, can you just turn the engine off for me? It's not shown as insured at the moment.
It's only just been recently insured with Barclays Bank.
When you say recently...
It was done Saturday afternoon.
The male driver has family in the car with him. His partner in the back seat claims they're fully insured.
How long have you owned the vehicle for? A few days. A few days.
Barclays did say that it might not show up for a couple of days because it was done on a Saturday.
When was he the registered keeper from, please?
Since the 6th of August this year, 6th of August.
This would mean the car has been uninsured for the past 2.5 months.
Are you sure it's a few days ago, sir?
No. Yeah.
Police National Computer says differently.
Right.
That you've owned it since the 6th of August. When we delved a little bit deeper with him, he said, no, it's only been on the road a couple of days. So there's a possibility with the insurance that it hasn't gone through.
With the story not adding up, Chris turns roadside detective.
Did you get an email?
No.
Have you got a policy number?
No, not on me.
We did some digging and contacted Barclays Direct, who said that Barclays hadn't been doing car insurance for a long time.
With the driver's lack of insurance rumbled, Hodsey examines the man's licence records.
On a DL, he is got an expired provisional and is disqualified.
Sir,
yeah.
Do you have a driving licence?
Yeah. Yes, you do.
Yeah.
You're not disqualified from driving?
No.
Not as far as I'm aware.
OK, well, our system with your details is showing you're disqualified
From driving. Oh, you're kidding me.
Nope.
I don't know what's happened there then.
OK.
Yeah, just confirm he's disqualified.
Danny's been disqualified a couple of times, so there's 12 pages of endorsements on his DL.
With no insurance and a driving licence that looks more like a rap sheet, this driver is about to say goodbye to his car.
Some people just think, I'll just drive round, it'll be fine. There'll be no issues for me. Unfortunately, he's been caught out.
Fellow Sentinels Mark Williams and Jess Collison in 9-1 are in the area and en route to provide support.
We'll just go and see if they're all right.
So far, the driver's been compliant, but not anymore.
Stop swearing, okay? Yeah, but you're still in a public place and swearing, okay? No, you can't. Okay.
All right, at this moment in time, you're under arrest driving and suspicion of fraud, okay? So you do not have to say anything
that may harm your defence if you do not mention, when questioned, something which you later rely in court.
Anything you do.
The man's passengers are all out of the car as the situation quickly begins to escalate.
So can you undo your seatbelt, sir? Sir, are you going to exit the vehicle freely? Thank you.
No!
OK?
In that case, you're taking me, you're taking my wife.
No, you're under arrest. Sir, you're under arrest. He just got a bit agitated, and I don't know if that's because he'd been found out or if it was something else, but then his partner started shouting and screaming.
Hang on a minute.
No! No.
You stand there, seriously? You cannot.
No!
Don't take my
point
bit.
in you getting
There's a bit of pass the parcel with the driver's phone.
It all got a little bit over the top.
Do not obstruct an officer or you'll be in trouble as well.
Why do you want my phone?
Because it's your property, so we're not handing it over to anyone else.
Yeah, it is.
Step out the vehicle, sir.
Hold me there.
Don't swear. It's a simple request. No, you can't.
It's an offence.
PC Smite isn't the only one who doesn't approve of the bad language. A woman they suspect could be the driver's mum is also unimpressed.
Stop it. No. I don't like coppers and go on YouTube, but I've got to be spoken to.
I'm just going to search you, sir.
It shows that maybe she has that moderate respect for us. Although she doesn't like us, she understands we've got a job to do.
You've got my underpants as well. Stop it. I'm asking a simple question.
I think any mum would probably have told her son or daughter off if they'd acted like that round the police.
I haven't got nothing.
I don't know that, do I?
I know mine would have.
While Chris, Danny and Mark grapple with the driver,
Do you want me to explain what's going on?
mental health.
Okay.
I don't...
Okay, well, let's calm this situation down then. And do you want me to explain?
You make me sick.
Okay.
Jess tries to provide reassurance to his distressed partner.
All right, there is a lot going on. This is why we've stepped away and we can calm the situation down.
Do you have anybody else? Seriously, please?
Right, let me explain what's going on, OK? He has been arrested. He is going to be coming with us.
Until he is released. He wants to be with me.
But why does it have to be him? Can I ask? Yeah, no, I get that. He's not going to be with us forever. So just temporarily, we just need to find you somewhere you can go. That you're not alone.
You need to do something and he needs to...
OK, then.
Despite his partner's protests, Chris and Danny have no choice but to take the driver into custody.
We can't let him drive off. If he's shown as a disqualified driver and no insurance, I can't let him drive off.
I'll be back, don't worry.
At the time of filming, the driver was due to appear in court after being charged with driving without insurance and driving whilst disqualified. Another successful stop for the Sentinels and another dangerous driver off the road. Despite all the technology at their fingertips, sometimes the best weapons the Sentinels have to fight crime are their instincts.
All right, let's go and find some crime then.
Let's get back into town.
In Ipswich, Mufti and Sam Maples are out and about in car 81 when their coppers' noses sniff out a suspicious silver Astra.
There's a vehicle parked here.
Their in-car computer says it's registered to someone called William, but Mufti's not sure the man behind the wheel fits the bill.
Do you look like a William? It's not William, is it?
A1 to control.
Good.
Moving vehicle check, please. Granville Street.
I can't describe what a William looks like, but this guy didn't look like a William. The hunch was that this guy was not who this system was saying he was.
Hello, mate. Have you got your ID on you, please?
Yeah.
Is it your car?
Yes, I think now I take the car.
It may be his car, but is his name William? Sam Chittock on Control is about to find out.
That male is known on P&C, only known for TWOC and driving without insurance in 2018. Got a expired provisional licence, disqualified until 2021.
The man can't be named, but he's definitely not a William. And it's not just his name that isn't matching up.
That's not your policy, is it? Can you get the policy up? That's just an email. That's not showing your policy.
Only this one. I have the people in the home.
You must have all. That's your. That's about a survey. That's not even the policy.
This vehicle's come to our attention. Driver's not been able to provide a driving licence, but upon checking him on our system, he's disqualified, no insurance policy, and also we can't confirm an address for the man at this time.
We've done a research on you being arrested on suspicion of driving whilst disqualified, and also driving on a provisional licence, otherwise in accordance with your licence, OK?
It was a scenario where we couldn't deal with it at the side of the road. If we'd had an address we thought was correct, we maybe could have done that, but we were left with no choice other than to arrest him.
With things starting to get busy, Sergeant Mike Moon diverts to provide assistance.
Oh yeah, I'll come to you and wait with the vehicle.
While Sam deals with the driver.
Because you're driving no insurance and you're disqualified, the vehicle's going to be seized, OK? So we'll be taking the vehicle.
Mufti's copper's nose is twitching once again.
Where's he going? Where's he going? So this guy up here has come to turn around and gone through a no entry.
Hello, sir.
Why do you think I've stopped you?
I'm not sure, sir.
There's a no entry sign at this road and you've started to drive up it.
I'm new to this area.
Okay.
Are you new to road signs?
No, I'm not new to road signs, sir.
So you have a licence?
I have a licence.
Right. Have you got it on you?
Yes.
Great, I'd like to see that, please.
With Sam and Mufti both occupied, Sergeant Moon has arrived to help out.
So as we pulled up, they've stopped this car, that's going to be seized, they'll arrange recovery for it. This car's been turned up there, gone halfway up and turned back down. That's why we're chatting to him.
And while he goes to deal with the disqualified driver, Mufti has some good news for the man with the bad sense of direction. His licence has come back clean.
Right, I'm happy with that.
Thank you.
Right, I'll give you words of advice in relation to driving through there, okay?
I just wanted to...
You just need to be careful. I know that
Sorry about that, sir.
you need to be aware of your signs.
Cheers, thank you.
He's free to go. But the unlicensed, uninsured and unnamed driver is taken in for questioning.
We're going to take him into custody and get him interviewed, and if we can't confirm an address, we'll hopefully get him remanded. I think it's what we have the copper's nose, where you see something that's not quite right. The vehicle's parked on double yellow lines, hazard lights flashing. Occupants of the vehicle did not look like a William, and yeah, the copper's nose worked.
The man who's not called William went on to plead guilty to driving whilst disqualified and driving with no insurance. He was banned for another 6 months and had to pay £545 in fines and charges. Another win for the Sentinels. Over in Lowestoft, Sentinel East officers Regan Bradshaw and Danny Morse are on shift in car 91, and they've got food on the brain, or to use the police term, refs.
This is a perfect time for me to stop and have my refs. Isn't it?
You've had your refs, didn't you?
No. When did I have my refs?
Well, you've been refing since we started at 7.
But plans of refreshment take a back seat.
Attention.
When a Peugeot travelling in the opposite direction hits their number plate recognition camera.
90 from 91. Go ahead. Yeah, are you coming over the bridge? It's just spun round for a vehicle we're interested in. A black Peugeot 206. Driver just looked a bit moody.
Yeah, received, I'm with you.
The moody-looking driver seems to have floored it away from Regan and Danny. So Sergeant Simons, who's in the unmarked car, is coming to help track it down.
It was a male driver, looked like a single occupant. So we're going to keep heading south on the A12. There it is.
The car's attempt at hiding from the police has failed miserably as he gets stuck a few cars ahead in the busy Lowestoft traffic. But why was he so keen to go unnoticed?
Yeah, just to let you know about that hash VI, it was insured in August and then it stopped for some reason.
Yeah, all received.
The car is also registered as being owned by a woman, yet it's being driven by a man. Is there a chance it could be stolen?
Yeah, about 3 cars behind you. I'll come offside, see where it goes, try and get in front of it. Yeah, male IC1, baseball cap, single occupant.
All received.
With Lee taking the front in the unmarked car and Regan and Danny covering the back, the driver is forced to stop.
Yeah, he's in.
Hey, buddy, you all right? Lovely. Just turn the ignition off for us. It's all right.
It's coming up as a female is the owner of the car. Is that correct?
No, I purchased the car a few months ago from a friend.
Who did you purchase it off?
It's my friend's mum.
Okay.
While Danny and Regan question the driver, intel comes through from Hodsey on control.
He has got a full substantive licence with 9 points on it at the moment.
Have you got anything on the phone or with a policy number or anything that you're insured?
I'll do it.
But something catches Regan's eye.
Got any ID on you?
Yeah.
Just look at me, yes. Do you use cannabis? Because your pupils are very, very small.
No, I've been at work, mate. I've been at work all day.
Use drugs at all?
No.
No? When was the last time you smoked any cannabis or anything?
I haven't. No. No, not for ages.
But how long exactly is ages?
Days.
Days?
Days.
How many days? Because your pupils are very, very tiny.
A lot I don't know about. I haven't smoked any for days.
Unfortunately for the driver, the officers don't share his thoughts on what constitutes ages. So he's going to get a drug wipe.
Open your mouth up wide and stick your tongue right out, please. Which is just analysing at the moment, just to see if he's driving under the influence of cannabis, and if so, gives an indication of whether he may be exceeding the limit.
I think a lot of people aren't aware if you smoke a joint of cannabis the previous night, that will still potentially put you over the next day.
As the team wait for the results of his drug wipe, Sergeant Simons has a poke around the man's car.
Stop weight, Greggs. Well-fed man.
But was this a recent case of the munchies? They're about to find out.
Just stand outside the car for us, please. Just come stand on the path, right? Been arrested on suspicion of drug driving, all right? You've come back positive for cannabis. OK, so you don't have to say anything, but it may harm the defence. Do not mention when questioned, something which later on in court. Anything you do say may be given evidence, all right?
Oh, so I haven't touched anything. Okay.
It amazes me how ignorant people can be around, I'm going to smoke some cannabis and I'm going to drive. The impairment that it gives you and the danger that it puts other people in can't be measured.
And this man who previously claimed he didn't use drugs has been caught out again. Danny has found something in his wallet.
Yeah, that's diazepam.
Yeah, is that yours?
It's not mine. I haven't taken it, no.
Okay, it's not yours?
No, they're not mine.
Okay,
I'll do that as well.
Yeah.
Is that B or C I come in?
That's, it'd be C.
OK. Also arrested on suspicion of being in possession of a controlled drug, OK? Just mind you're still under caution.
Yeah, man.
OK?
It's a double whammy. Possession of drugs and driving under the influence. Although diazepam or Valium is only a Class C, it could land him with a maximum jail sentence of 2 years and an unlimited fine.
That was a good stop, you know, the fact we stopped him, believing he was another driver that didn't have insurance. The vehicle had changed hands, he's brought it. He was insured, but a colleague quickly spotted that his eyes didn't look right, did the drug wipe, and bang, we found a drug driver.
It's a good result for the team. A surprise arrest and a potential drug driver is off the roads. Just another day for the Sentinels.
If you enjoyed riding along with the Sentinels in Suffolk, don't forget you can stream the whole series of the new and exclusive series of Fast Justice now on demand on UK TV Play. While next up, it's time for Border Force America's Gatekeepers to take a close look at a truck carrying garden furniture of all things.